So with crypto going mainstream in a lot of ways, there is still a bottleneck for understanding a lot of this stuff if you're not an actual developer and if you're not neck deep in crypto for many, many years. One of the terms that gets thrown around a lot is DAO, DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization. So let's unpack that and let's try to figure out how to simply explain it. So let's start with decentralized. What does that mean? Well, it basically means that the control of a system is not under a single individual, organization, or a group, but rather a distributed network. This prevents a scenario of a dictatorship in air quotes type of situation, or basically a single entity controlling the blockchain project. Rather, it's a bunch of coded rules encoded on a computer that is transparent. Now, when we say transparent in blockchain terms, we talk about open source. What does that mean? It means that the code is available to everyone to see. Think of like Coca-Cola and Sprite saying, you know what? Let's go ahead and show you all the ingredients, exactly how it's made up. It's right here for you to see. Or like private companies saying, these are our books. Look at our income statements, look at our financials, P&L statements, balance sheets, cash flows. You can see it all. Open source just means it's completely open to anyone in the public to view the exact code. Now, there is a downside to this. The downside is that if the project has some loopholes or isn't really coded with a lot of security in mind, there are hackers that can go ahead and exploit some of the code and figure out how to hack it. Furthermore, they can copy the code, create their own type of blockchain environment, and go ahead and practice hacking that first, and then go ahead and hack the actual DAO project. So keep that in mind. And autonomous, it just means that it's self-sustaining. Again, remember, the aim of a DAO is to have a blockchain democracy. It means something that is running without central authority. So members of a DAO typically can buy their way in by purchasing something known as a governance token. Some popular DAOs and DAO tokens, which can be thought of as tech to just drive DeFi and governance, are Uniswap with the token Uni, Aragan with the token Ant or Ant if you're in England, Dash with the token Dash. DAOs rely heavily on smart contracts, and I plan to actually cover in-depth smart contracts, but do so in an easy to understand manner. So if you appreciate this type of content, give me a like, subscribe. It's coming in a video soon to a YouTube feed near you. And also leave me a comment for which aspect of crypto you would like me to make a tutorial on. But while I was on the topic of smart contracts, what I wanted to mention is that the rules or the codes of the smart contract cannot be changed unless DAO members vote on it. So think of this, if it's a publicly traded company, think of it like stakeholders or shareholders where they have certain voting rights. The same is the case for a DAO. And this utility is important to mention because remember, a lot of the tokens and coins out there for a lot of projects, they promise some sort of utility down the line, some crypto utopian environment where this token will do well, but the actual underlying utility is questionable. With a DAO token, it is there though. The utility of being able to have voting rights is something that is important to a lot of people that champion certain projects. So this added utility of a governance token that is popular with DAOs is something to keep in mind so that you have a fuller understanding of exactly what a decentralized autonomous organization is and how it runs. Now remember, like I said, there's a lot of tokens out there that promise utility. Ton of them are just a bunch of pump and dumps. So please, please, please keep that in mind as you navigate the world of crypto, as you're reading the white papers or the Reddit boards or the Facebook groups. Keep educating yourself, keep learning so that you have a vast understanding of crypto, because crypto is not going anywhere. The software and the technology behind crypto, like NFTs, smart contracts, blockchain technology, it is getting more and more integrated all over the world. And also on that note, it's important to also keep in mind that legal implications are coming down the pipeline for crypto for sure. It's not just the SEC cracking down to see, is this a security? I think that there will be many more governing bodies that jump in and say, wait a second, and they take a look at the management teams, they take a look at how much they're making, they're seeing if they're paying taxes on it and all this jazz. So legal implications is something to keep in mind with a DAO. And even though it may be very, very very difficult to stop a DAO project because, again, there is no central authority. A lot of the lines are blurred in a DAO. There are certain developers, there are head developers, or there is someone that controls or is the head of the project and has whale wallets in it. And so it's something to keep in mind. Just like the project being open source, especially if it's a brand new project, it is possibly susceptible to hacks, or cybersecurity is an issue. And also the other thing to keep in mind is that even though I don't agree with this, some in the crypto community would say that when everyone has a vote, maybe the majority of the people don't make the greatest decisions. Maybe for some projects or some environments, it's actually good to have some sort of like C-suite environment. But for the most part, crypto, it champions decentralization, deregulation, it champions autonomy, and it champions a lot of technical advancements. Again, I think it's really, really exciting to be in the crypto space, to follow a lot of these projects. And so I'm going to cover many of them coming up in these videos. So if you appreciate this content, leave me a comment, and I'll see you folks in the next video.